it's me, Carolyn Lanier Roberts. I am recording another video today, and I definitely have something to talk about. Wasn't sure what I would share, but it's very clear within me today. The thing I'm going to talk about today, the subject I'm going to talk about today, is taking your suffering and transforming it into a force of power and drive and energy to transform your life. So, living on earth is about suffering. Yes, it's about joy, and it's about beauty and truth and grace and everything else. But as we move from level to level, we transcend through things because of suffering. You get clarity on an experience, and it reaches you and it changes you because it pierces your heart. Anything that pierces your heart is most definitely suffering, and it's intense. And there is no soul on earth that can compare their suffering to another, because suffering is suffering regardless of the extent or degree or reason or anything else. We all hurt. We all have pain. We all can feel compassion for another. Once we allow that, once we open, once we suffer, the worst thing happens in your life. You're one of those that was in the burning in Los Angeles. You lost your home in Asheville. Your family kicked you out. You were in a massive car accident. You can't walk. You can't talk. There was a hurricane. There was a tornado. Things happened to you personally. Anything. We all experience suffering. And it isn't isolated to the country we live in, to our race, to our sex, to the time that we're in. Yes, you can point out more suffering now than before, if you choose, if you're looking for that. But that brings no clarity. You can look for the reasons behind that, certainly. And there are some that do that, and they're driven to that. And I honor that and respect that, because that is information that needs to be known and shared. But I'm here today to talk about the individual's ability, your ability, to take whatever event has happened to you now, happened to you yesterday, happened to you last year, 10 years ago, 50 years ago, that has held you down and held you back from what you really are, and from what lights you up, from it makes you want to get up in the morning and be present and be here and give your best. Ultimately, that ends up being something that will serve others. And it isn't from a place of excluding self to serve others. That is the lie of the last age. No, it starts with loving yourself, genuinely loving you, and accepting everything that happened. And no, that's not easy. It could take years. It could take decades. It could take days. It depends on you, your soul. It depends on your choices and how much you really want to move through what's happening. Now understand that everything in your external is a reflection of your internal. So when you can find, carve out, create, allow, and choose a grounding within you of any kind to take the external as much as you can. Obviously, we are in subjective experiences, but there are moments of stillness or peace or a void or whatever you want to call it, and to take those moments. And rather than to sit and stew and freak out and do anything else, which is justified because it's also part of healing and processing. But once you've reached a point where you're tired of the freaking out and the stewing and the misery and the sadness and the depression and the frustration and this, all of that, when you reach a point within yourself where you're tired of it and you know that you are more than that this does not define you, whatever it is, you begin to reach inside yourself. You begin to seek grounding and answers. They can be found within you, reflected externally. My hope is that this video provides guidance and direction to anybody in this space right now. When dramatic things happen, the rug is pulled out from underneath you, and what you thought was your grounding and your solid footing is not solid at all. And what you have to learn how to do and remember is that grounding and home starts within you. Your external is a reflection of your internal, and you have to build into what you are. You are already a blessed and beautiful child of God, regardless of what happens to you. You are always that. You are a light in that magnificent body. And that is what you ground into. And that is what you connect with. And that is what you feed. And it doesn't mean that you ignore the external, because life is about balance. There is the external and there's the internal. It is about bringing your internal equal with whatever is happening in your external, to the point where you have awareness of the external and all of that. But you know your peace is within you. It comes from daily habits. It comes from changing your thoughts. It comes from allowing you to feel, to live and breathe in your heart and go towards what lights you up. And I mean minor things, silly things, whatever that is. A butterfly flies by you and you allow yourself to smile. Your cat does something stupid and you laugh. Even if you're bleeding, even if your heart is hurting, you still allow in the other. Because the other always exists, even in the place of suffering. You give yourself room to be, and you let yourself out of your fence. Because your fence ultimately is what has intensified that suffering. Not to say that all do not suffer, but it's how you perceive those events external from you. Do you take them personally? Do you feel like they're an attack? Or do you choose to see, wow, okay, that sucks. This is shit. I don't like this. But wow, I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. These people are still in my life. I'm still this way. I still have this. And they may not have that. What can I do to help them? And you do that. You also, in addition, what will make me happy today? You ask yourself, what will make me happy today? Oh, I'm going to go paint. You know what? I think I want to walk today. My leg hurts like hell, but you know what? I'm just going to walk a little bit. You know what? I don't really have much energy, but this house is filthy. I'm going to clean. You know what? I haven't sat and allowed myself to be still in a while. I think I'm just going to listen to some relaxing music and just be. And just allow my mind to give it a break. There are far more details to this. This is only a taste and a piece of the process. But it's intended to pierce into your reality and to offer you any guidance, any grounding, any suggestions that will help you move out of a stuckness space, a suffering space, a box space. Because it's important, it's significant to remember there is always beauty around you. Beauty is around you at all times. It comes from allowing your heart to express itself in any way that fits right for you. A nasty joke makes you laugh. Hey, that's beautiful stuff. You know, a bird does something silly, you laugh at that, right? Your child says something you just can't help but laugh your butt off to, you know? Open up to those things and continue to allow yourself to feel what you need to feel, which can take you into very dark spaces, and then you pull yourself up out of those. Some may need professional help. Then go get it. If you don't, then maybe you just need to walk outside and see the beauty of the mother, the earth. Maybe you need to hold your children. Maybe you need to cry for a while. Maybe you need to cook yourself a good meal. Whatever that is. And you go step by step by step by step. And you slowly start to build. And you will move forward. And you can take that intense suffering, whatever it is, and transform it into light, into joy, into grace, into happiness, because you are all these things and always have been, no matter what external event happens to you. You ground within yourself and your magnificent multidimensional heart. And you remember what you really are. A child of God, a spark of the universe, grace embodied, whatever will serve your magnificent heart. And you allow yourself to breathe in that truth. And you allow your thoughts to become infected with that grace. And you allow the pain and the hurt and the images of suffering and the words and the actions and the things that happened, and you allow them to fade. And this obviously is when you are in a place where you are safe to do these things. And you allow yourself to build that strength. It is incredible strength. And the truth is, when other external events happen to you and you have this strength, the anchor is within you. It's not out there. It's within you. This is the place where you remember that, where you allow the becoming of what you always have been, a sacred child of God, grace embodied, light for all, starting with yourself always. My mission is as a reawakener of the conversation of the heart. This is the conversation between the sacred mind, sacred heart, body, vehicle, voice of the soul. I am here, and in all I do and all I am, my purpose is to help others and to be what I am, assisting others to their grace, their beauty, and their truth as they resonate. And I am here to be a voice for the mother, the earth, in all things. Because to me, she is unconditional love in her every expression, in her every flow, every layer, every timeline, all of it. And if you want to see what divinity is, you look at her. And God is embodied in all of this. Never, ever separate. I pray this serves your magnificent multidimensional heart. I am Carolyn Lanier Roberts on Facebook, allowing the light on Facebook and Instagram. I send love, I send blessings, and I send peace, beautiful soul. Thank you.